Welcome to Denver, Colorado football fans. A great look at Empower Field here at Mile High Stadium. Today, a good one in store here. It's the Green Bay Packers and the Denver Broncos. To kick off, here's Will Lutz. And here we go at Mile High. And this is Savion Williams on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. So the Packers offense getting set for their first drive. And bringing them out now in his 6th year here in the NFL. Brock is 3rd as a starter from Utah State. It's Jordan Love.
Give a lot of credit to Jordan last year. Worked through a bunch of injuries over the course of the season. Remember, the Packers were down and had to claw themselves back to the playoffs. And this kid's averaged almost 4,000 yards and 30 touchdowns a year the last 2 years as a starter. A big reason why they've made the postseason both times.
Here's Josh Jacobs getting his first look on the ground. He's out in the clear. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. They strike for 23 yards. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
I can assure you of one thing. That carry just brought some extra work in the opening quarter. You couldn't script that run any better.
One play in, and they are already close to midfield. First down, and they go right back to him. Cuts it to the right sideline. And their next snap is going to come from the red zone, Brock. He's down to that 17-yard line. It's a massive 35-yard pickup, first down.
You know, it is so refreshing for these running backs when they have space to run. It's hard. There's so many collisions between the tackles. When they get on the edge and have green grass, well, the best of them take advantage of it.
Working inside the red zone. That'll be incomplete to start the new set of downs. First time this game they've looked to him, and it's going to be second down.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
On second down, Jacobs. And they find them after just a yard, and it's third down.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet. But if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
6 defensive backs out there. Broncos going dime here on third down. Third and long for him here. This throw's going to wind up incomplete. The intended target is running back, and the result's fourth down coming up.
You know what that route is called, right, Kate? O-T-B, over the ball. And those are the ones you've got to hit. You've got to be able to play offense from the inside out. Got to find a completion right there.
McManus sends it through. And our game starts with a field goal on the opening drive.
Anytime you go on the road and you can put points on the board on your opening drive, job well done.
On now is McManus to kick this away. Marvin Mims now to return it. He dodged the tackle. He's brought down just inside the 25. So the Broncos offense getting set for their first drive. And bringing them out. He was a rookie last season when he took the Broncos to the playoffs for the first time in 9 years. Now a sophomore. It's Bo Nix.
At his best, Bo Nix is a point guard facilitating an offense, getting that ball in and out of his hands as quickly as possible, but don't you dare sleep on his legs because he will hurt you with his athleticism too. And oh, by the way, did I mention a maturity well beyond his years?
Nix starting with a pass. Finds him over the middle. And some excellent work to drive him all the way up past the 30-yard line. An even 10-yard gain on the play. And that's good for a Broncos first down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
First down now, ball at the 33. They run it. Here's R.J. Harvey. Finds a nice lane there, and that's good for 6 yards.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3. Nix, quick out wide, complete. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Give him 8 on that one. And it's going to be first down, Denver.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Football's on the 48. Here we go. First down. Giving this to Harvey. And second down is going to be a good bit tougher. He can't even get back to the line. This play loses yards. Ooh, talk about a bad look there, Brock. Going jumbo set and still moving backwards after that play.
I don't think you're talking to this defense, Kate, because I think they thought that was an excellent look to knock that thing backwards.
Yeah, good point, good point. Nix from the gun. And they make the tackle at the 38. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
17 yards. That's another Broncos first down. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
Here's Harvey running from the zone read. And he's got him 6 yards on that carry. It's second down.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. The run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
7 yards on that last play, so this is 2nd and 3. Out of the gun, it's Nix. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go and let that pass rush get home.
This 8-play drive might be on its last legs here, partners. They try to figure out this 3rd and 7. They'll throw. 3rd and long. He's in trouble, and they bring him down again. And a couple of really good plays, Brock, made back-to-back behind the line to bring up 4th down.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
On 4th down, Broncos going to call on Jeremy Crawshaw here to punt. On the return for the Packers, that's Matthew Golden. Now this is out of bounds, and what a beauty. He Coffin cornered it well. They're going to mark it at the 2-yard line. Packers taking the field now. Their 2nd series of the game coming up. And they'll have to go just about every bit of 100 yards to reach the end zone. That punt sets them up at their own 2. Packers getting set here. 1st and 10. Jacobs gets it to start the drive. And boy, were they ready to try and stick him there for the safety. As it stands, he's only able to maybe get back to the 2.
That right there, my friends, is exactly the kind of pressure and intensity you expect from a defense each of these next 2 snaps as well. They want to keep you pinned right there against your own end zone and force you into a very risky punt.
Here's Jacobs again on 2nd down. And he's going to get this up to right around that 13-yard line. It's a gain of 11 there. That picks up the first.
That's good for a Packers first down.
I think we've all become very accustomed, and I'll raise my hand and saying these tight ends are almost like bona fide receivers, big receivers, but they show you right there, when they can be powerful blockers, it can make a huge difference in a run game.
Taken in by Luke Musgrave. And they're going to take him down finally, but not before he puts his own goal line well in that rearview mirror. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
That wasn't going anywhere else on that play. It's one of the ones called specifically for the tight end because they know he's able to get a good release off that play action, and then he gets himself in space to do some damage.
And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Brought down by the first-time All-Pro Nick Bonito.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Love from the gun. Into the hands of Romeo Dobbs. And he's going to have this up near the 40, just a little bit short of it. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And it'll give the Packers the first.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Running on first here with Jacobs. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
Really good patience right there. It's hard to do for runners in this league because these holes close up so fast. But he was patient, he was explosive, and he got a nice little gain on the ground.
First down run, nabs him 5, now 2nd and 5. Big throw out wide by Love. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 2.
8th play of the drive now. They need 2 to keep it going. Turning to Jacobs on 3rd. And this is going to go in the wrong direction. He loses just about the amount of yards they needed to get there. It's going to be 4th down. They sent him with that sack in mind, Brock. We all saw what was coming. Still managed to clean up the play, even if it did come on the ground.
And you know why they call that a cat pressure from the secondary, Kate?
Tell me.
Because it's a C for corner and a T for attack, exactly what he just did.
So 4th down, here comes Daniel Whelan to send it flying for the Packers. And this doesn't just reach the end zone. He kicked that one all the way through it for a touchback. So the Broncos headed out for their 2nd drive of the game. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. Broncos to the line now. It's 1st and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Nix. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down. Well, they connected on 3 straight before that throw, Brock. Might not be perfect anymore on this drive, but they are still moving it well.
And I don't expect that one to interrupt his progress very long. They're still on a mission this series, and he's the one driving it.
2nd down. Here's Nix again. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Incomplete.
It's a quarterback you love when that screen pass is called. At least I used to. And you want to attract that defense and all those guys coming after you. But you also got to find a throwing lane. And he couldn't do it on that one.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down. throw here, third down. He's making a bid for it. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. That play good for 17 and a first down.
17 yards. And the Broncos first down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
So that connection for first will bring us to the end of the first. Just 3-0 is our score. We'll get you back to Mile High after this. We're back, and it is Broncos football as we resume. They're looking at first down here. Here's Nix. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete.
As a defense, you got to see the pass. You got to time up your hit, and you got to jar that ball loose. Not a lot of offensive players are hanging on to that one through a well-placed hit.
Ball stays at that 37. Here's 2nd and 10. Shotgun handoff to Harvey. He finds a little opening, but not much. Picked up about 4 on 2nd down.
When you don't have great success on first down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune third down situation.
On 3rd down, here's Nix. He puts some air under it deep down the left. So the heave knocked away from the intended target. That brings up 4th down.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
Jeremy Crawshaw on to punt. They could really use a good one here. The Packers and Josh Jacobs about set to go on offense. And he has run roughshod over them in this opening half. Pretty sure this is the exact kind of start that he was hoping to have here. Green Bay offense to the line now. 1st and 10. Dom's the man in motion right. Now Love on the play fake. Couldn't find a completion on 1st down. Not on the same page with his tight end. So 2nd down coming up.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
I'll try again from the 20 after the incompletion. Jacobs gets it on the draw. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Alex Singleton makes the tackle.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite of the big meal between them and the first down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
6 yards to go here. It's 3rd down. 3rd and long. They're going to throw. Has his man. It stops. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. They get 19 on that pickup. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
19 yards.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Jacobs running behind center. And this is across midfield. They're going to stop him at that 45-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it'll give the Packers the first.
Packers first down.
Kid, it really is pretty simple. If you want to run against a 3-4 group right up the gut, number one, got to control that nose tackle. Number two, you got to get people to the second level. That was teaching tape.
Going to the ground again on first. And he works it down inside the 40. That's a run of 8.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Second and 1 at the Broncos' 36-yard line.
First down carry got him 9 yards. Here comes second and 1. Early movement along the right side. The flag comes out.
Ball start, offense.
There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost him 5 yards.
Still second down.
The jumpiness backs him up. Now 6 to go on second down. Pass caught out right by Golden. He takes this forward a little to about the 39. Last season's Defensive Player of the Year, Pat Surtain, hauling him to the ground.
Brings up third and 3.
7th play of the drive, offense facing 3rd and 3. Shotgun now for Love. Brought in by his back. It's Jacobs. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. A 6-yard gain on the play. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
Translatable skills. That's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
First down throw. Here's Love. Ooh, that one's nearly intercepted. The defense read that one perfectly. A poor choice to make that throw. Second down coming up.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, well, he just couldn't quite hang on.
A second down throw here for Love. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
And the touchdown is dropped. He had it for a moment in the end zone, but just couldn't secure it. What a chance for him. That's a rough incompletion to stomach. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. Now it's Brandon McManus to attempt this Packers field goal. This a 50-yard look from the right hash. It's far enough, but no good. He sent it just a little bit right. And they are unable to double their lead.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
Denver set to take the field on offense. And they're hoping they can keep the punter off the field this time around, Brock, after he's been called upon each of their first 2 possessions. Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. Play action with Nix. This one falls incomplete.
Safe to say there's been an early disconnect between the planning phase and the execution phase for this offense. Might be time, Kate, really to get back to basics, to the calls that you just trust the most.
So after the incompletion, still at that 40-yard line for 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap to Nix. Really pushing the envelope on 2nd down, but the deep shot doesn't work.
With how hard it is to get an open look downfield, can't let the coverage off the hook with the drop. Saw open space, started running before he was able to watch the ball into his hands.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. They'll air it out on 3rd. He's trying to go deep again. Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect. And now they're stuck facing 4th down.
Kate, as a quarterback, that is so rough. Incomplete, incomplete, incomplete. You're going to go to the sidelines, you're going to look at that tablet, and you're going to try to figure out how in the heck do we turn this around.
Jeremy Crawshaw out once again, punted away. The Packers and Josh Jacobs about set to go on offense. They left a few on the table their last time out, Bronx, settling for a field goal try that missed the mark. Packers getting set here. 1st and 10. To the air with Love. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
Kate, from my vantage point up here, that was pretty close to drawing a penalty flag. Risky decision on 1st down, but there was a target in the area, so thus, no penalty, and we move on to 2nd.
After the incompletion, 2nd and 10 once again from the 20. Shotgun give now to Jacobs. And just before he reaches the marker, he's hit and stopped. They got him at the 29.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. On the sneak, it's Love. And they're going to down him by contact as they've got enough for a new set of downs.
It's a gain of 2.
Everybody understood the assignment right there. For one guy, the quarterback, get the snap and make the marker. For the other 10, drive like mad, push like crazy, and create that space for the 1st.
New set of downs for him from the 31. Thrown on 1st down, Love. Completed over the middle. And he's tackled for no gain. The rookie from Texas there on the tackle.
We give a lot of credit to receivers, and rightfully so, Kate, for them going into coverage and making a catch. I don't think we give enough credit to tight ends. I know they're big, I know they're physical, but to go into double coverage, take that contact, and come away with the catch, that's a big-time effort.
From the gun, it's a give to Jacobs. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
And the Packers, 1st down.
You spring a big game like that, Kate, on the interior, 9 times out of 10, that O-line decisively won their matchup with the big fellas up front. They got those pads down. They created leverage, and they opened up that running lane.
Going back to Jacobs on 1st down. And he's going to have this one down to the 37. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
Going run again with Jacobs. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Love out of the shotgun. Hits him on the in route. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down. Quite a defensive battle, Brock, that we have got so far as we've reached our 2-minute warning. More from Mile High in just a moment. They'll come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone on 1st. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't make the hook up with Matthew Golden, so it'll be 2nd down.
Kate, it just kind of feels like they've met their match with this defense. So many plays, well, they've just not ended the way they were drawn up. Fortunately, well, their defense is doing the same. You really feel like which offense can get into rhythm is going to find a way to win this game.
Has him on the quick hitter. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Broncos go with a dime look here on third down. To the air on third and long. Couldn't connect across the middle. It's an incomplete pass.
We see this all the time. The number one thing you see NFL defenses do to try to force that fourth down, gets down coverage. Put your cover guys on the field. Let the boys up front cut it loose with pressure, and let the cover guys go shut it down.
Now it's Brandon McManus to attempt this Packers field goal. From the left hash, about 31 yards out. McManus sends it through. And they come away with some points on that series.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
On now is McManus to kick this away. Here's R.J. Harvey on the return. Escapes the defender. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Broncos offense all set to go. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Nix from the gun. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far. Well, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
They'll try something else from the 27 this time. 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Nix. Throwing the out route complete. And it's a quality effort here as he's pushed out right along the 40. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for Broncos' 1st down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10. Throwing here, Nix. Short pass brought in. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10. Once more, it's Nix. Out to his wideout, it's a screen. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Throwing again, here's Nix. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Now Nix on 3rd down. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And that leaves them with 4th and 5.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
And this will force them to start inside the 20. That punt heads out about the 15-yard line. The Packers getting one final drive before the half. And with field position and the clock against them here, probably not going to see anything of substance. "19 seconds remain in our opening half. Let's see what they do with it." All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And that run good for a handful as it brings up second down.
Alex Singleton on the tackle. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 21-yard line.
So we have a one-score game here at the break. Now it's time for the EA Sports Halftime Report. Scott Hansen, take it away.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Scott Hansen, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Big thank you to our guy Scott Hansen and the gang down in Orlando. Got a close one here, Brock, as our second half gets underway.
Brendan McManus.
On now is McManus to kick this away. Harvey now to return it. He's stopped on the run back of the 27. The Denver offense now with the football first to begin quarter number 3. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. All right, Denver getting everybody set. So they've got 1st and 10. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target. Cortland Sutton, the man he was after. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
This defense, they had a plan. And they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
Again on 2nd and 10. Nix finds him over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this one to the 41. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And it's going to be 1st down, Denver.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
So 1st down from the 41. It's Harvey straight ahead. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Brought down by the ball hawk. He was an all-pro last season, Bronk, Xavier McKinney.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Off the play fake. Here's Nix. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Here he goes, 3rd and long. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain. This one misses the tight end. So that brings up 4th and long.
The issues this offense has been having, well, they extend well beyond 3rd down today. You can just look up that big goose egg on the scoreboard, but now time's not on their side either.
Here comes the Broncos punting unit. And not his best punt here. He drives it several yards into the end zone. That's going to lead to a touchback. The Packers and Josh Jacobs about set to go on offense. And they take the field in good but not great shape, Brock. They've got that lead, but no doubt they'd love to see it grow.
Yeah, just having the lead does take some pressure off. It doesn't change the sense of urgency. It's always on tilt in the NFL, but it should allow them to operate a little more freely.
Green Bay offense to the line now. 1st and 10. And off to Jacobs to start the drive. And this is brought to a stop up at, say, the 34-yard line there. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from first down to first down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
First down, and they go right back to him. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. You can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain.
The only thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down. Love now, off the play action. Dump off, caught by his back. Excellent play defensively as they get to him behind the line. That's going to bring up third down.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on third down. Third and long for him here. And downfield, he's got it. That's Dobbs. And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line.
26 yards.
What a play on 3rd and 13, and this drive will indeed continue.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Double coverage, deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, well, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless.
The next on the crosser, and he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
These QBs make it look easy, but that requires such a large amount of body control when you throw it on the move. You got to be able to get the same accuracy you would if your feet are set. Sure takes a lot of repetitions to make it look easy.
On 1st and 10, here's Love. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. When we look back at this one, Brock, it is going to be defensive highlight after defensive highlight. And there again, the examples, they just keep coming.
The physical play has been the trademark. Really, from the first snap through this second half, there have not been many just uncontested, clean, efficient plays. Every effort's been answered, and that's why that scoreboard's not been lit up.
Ran into a wall that time. A couple of guys able to hold him right at the line of scrimmage, so third down now.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
Broncos bringing out an extra DB on third down. Throw here, third down. Able to find Wicks here. And they stop him before he can reach that marker. And now we've got a penalty flag out too. So they'll let the play stand, decline the penalty, and that's going to bring up fourth down. So the field goal team stays sidelined. They're going to go for this. Back to throw it. And they'll turn it over on downs as that pass comes up empty, and off the field they go.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Broncos to the line now. It's 1st and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Harvey. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for two.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Harvey once more. And he's going to be stopped after reaching up to the 33. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
First down now, ball at the 33. Staying on the ground here with Harvey. And he gets him around 6 there. Andrew and Cooper there to make the stop.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3. Here's Nix. Nothing doing there as the second down pass falls incomplete.
You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. So unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Nix. Oh, defender there to knock it away, and he's able to do just that. 4th down coming up.
I'll tell you what, Kate, challenging this guy in a close game, you are tempting fate. He got one hand on it. He gets 2. It could have gone the other way.
They'll bring out the punter here. And this is the 5th time he's been called upon today. And this one hits first to the 3 before continuing on into the end zone for a touchback. The Packers and Josh Jacobs about set to go on offense. And those legs must be tired, but he ain't stopping, Brock. Not with the type of game that he's been having for himself on the ground. Packers getting set here. 1st and 10. Man in motion here. First down throw. Here's Love. Finds him on the crossing route. And he's going to have this up near the 40, just a little bit short of it. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
That's good for a Packers first down.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
Handoff here to Jacobs. And he's going to get forward for a gain of about 7 on that run. It's 2nd down.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. It doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Looking for a pass on 2nd and short. Pass caught out right by Golden. And he's going to be across midfield close to the 45 before going out. He gets 6 on that play. And it'll give the Packers the first.
Move the chains! Got to move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. On the handoff, here's Jacobs. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
I've talked to running backs over the years, Kate, the transition from the college game to the pro game. They'll tell you, there's just times in the NFL you got to run into darkness. You run into a lot of bodies. Perfect example of that on the first down play.
Love out of the shotgun. Quick slant taken in by Dobbs. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Here they go, getting set for 3rd and 4. Shotgun now for Love. Has him on the quick hitter. And this spot is going to be close, but he does not have that first. They're going to face 4th and short.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
They pass on that long field goal. Would have been 55 yards. They're going for this. They'll run for it. Jacobs. And he is stuffed at the line. They don't get the yard they need, and they're going to catch a breather. They turn it over on downs.
This running back has had himself a day, but not on that play. Finally, a little bit of catharsis for everyone on that defense to keep him from the first and get a turnover, a much-needed turnover on downs.
The Broncos and running back R.J. Harvey. They're ready for their next drive. And they have tried on occasion to ramp up their passing game, but just nothing has worked with consistency yet, Brock. Might be why they trail near the end of this third quarter.
You sure love teams who excel on the ground, right? You love a physical game of football who can hammer at the opponent. But in today's NFL, it's just impossible to win if you don't have a passing component that's balancing it out.
Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. On the handoff, here's Harvey. Drops by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
Well, that's just about textbook defense and how to shut down an RPO. The coverage was tight, the numbers were up, and then the bodies were there to stuff that run before it could get going.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Now Nix. Now set up the screen here, it's Harvey. And he'll get this up to his own 44. Nate Hobbs in on that stop.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
We'll see what they come up with for 3rd down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. It's Broncos football. They're on a mission here. They trail entering the 4th. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Nix from the gun. Going all the way to the end zone here. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And that leaves them with 4th and 5.
Well, that took some force right there. That took some serious defensive effort to force the incompletion. You're not going to see a lot of guys ever let go of a football when they got a 1st down right in their midst. But that force, that contact, separated man from ball.
The Packers are headed back to the field, so we'll get a look at Romeo Doubs. And he's been reading the coverage, dare I say, Brock, even better than his quarterback has all game. I mean, he just continues to find openings and make plays in this second half. Green Bay offense to the line now. 1st and 10. Jacobs gets it to start the drive. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
That's the kind of yardage. It's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. They stick with Jacobs. Just before he reaches the marker, he's hit and stopped. They got him at the 29.
A humble 5-6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. He's going to keep this one. And he's going to be touched down as he gets him enough to pick up the 1st down.
It's a gain of 2.
That may not look like much, but that is a confidence builder for quarterback and offensive line in particular. When you know you can push the pile on 3rd down on a sneak and get a 1st down, you may have to come back to that in a bigger moment in this one later.
Running on 1st here with Jacobs. He's only able to get back to the line. It's going to be 2nd down.
Give some credit to the defense on that one. We don't see him get fooled into making the wrong read very often in the RPO. That's why the RPO, in fact, is part of their game to begin with. He normally makes the right call. He didn't do it there.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. A give to Jacobs on the inside handoff. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means third down coming up.
Third and 10.
Still 10 yards to get this first down as they come to the line. Throwing his love on third. They did it! He made the interception! Pat Surtain has it! And the Broncos have some new life in the fourth!
That's just a bad decision, frankly. And really, as a quarterback in this moment of the game, you got to know it's not a time to take a risk. Cannot be throwing out life preservers and giving that other team, your opponent, a chance like he just did.
So here comes the Bronco offense. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. So fresh set of downs now from the 39. Nicks off the play action. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
It is such a weapon offensively when you've got a big tight end that can stretch the field vertically. Not a lot of DBs have the size to cover him. They tried to get it to him in that spot where he could win it, but unfortunately, no connection to be made.
Second down, give to Harvey. He's tackled after a gain of about 6. It's third down now.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. That's a gain of 7. Brings up third and 3.
Out of the gun, it's Nicks. Complete to Mims. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. A 70-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Broncos first down. First and 10 at the 25-yard
That pitch and
line.
catch won't show up as a big play on the stat sheet, but it gives his own defense a little time to rest and gives an offensive coordinator a new set of downs to work with.
Shotgun handoff to Harvey. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand of thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is he put some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road from what looked like a very plain play.
Need a better result than that last run. It's second and 8. Give up the middle to Harvey. It's calling out a solid run there, partner. He got about 6. It's going to be third down.
You know, Kate, it's plays like that. It's just kind of the meat and potatoes. Not going to make any highlight reel, but just the positive, efficient plays on the ground. You need to keep plays and drives alive.
Third and a lone yard coming up. Giving this to Harvey. And he's going to have enough for the first down. Not by much. He got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a first and goal.
That's good for a Broncos first down.
I love that call on third down because it just gives you options. The best third down teams are teams that do just that. Right? They give you options. You don't let the defense dictate to you. You look at what they're giving you, and you take advantage of them.
They'll try and punch it in. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. It's a pickup of 5, and that brings up second and goal.
That sure looks like a terrific call after you dial it up because the execution was awesome by everybody. You get that kind of run on first and goal, it sets the table for more success.
So from the 3, here's second and goal. This time it's a passing play. Will finds his back, Harvey. And they'll stand him up and sit him down at the line.
It may not look like much on the stat sheet, but this is kind of good on good. An offense gets a completion, not going backwards, and the defense, well, they rallied, they pursued, and kept that screen to a minimal gain.
Big play coming up here as everyone gets set for 3rd and goal. He'll throw it, and it's incomplete on 3rd and goal.
There's not a quarterback alive that enjoys throwing it away on 3rd down. But that's a good case right there of live to play another day. Live to play another series and don't put the ball in harm's way.
This could be the snap that decides this game. It's 4th and goal. Desperation time here. And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced, Brock. Had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs.
Well, 99% of what they did was excellent. Right play call, good route, great throw. Just needed to make that catch. That's a situation you expect your guys to convert every time.
First call here coming from the shotgun. Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. One of the rare instances there, Brock, where the quick slant doesn't win against zone coverage. He just couldn't hang on to the football.
No, we know this, Kate. In man coverage, it's about that separation, right?
Yeah.
You've got to win and create leverage versus zone. It's all about that anticipation and accuracy. And if you're not on point, that zone defender can break it up.
And the stop will be made as he gets this up to about the 18. A gain of 15 there. And that's good for a Green Bay 1st down.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
Going to the ground again on 1st. Like the turnaround these last 2 plays, huh? Nice gain on 1, and now they get him behind the line. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Love from the gun. Dump off caught by his back. And that's a key stop defensively, Brock. And any more of those as they trail by a score. Now before we reach the 2-minute warning, we've got a timeout. That's the 2nd one used by the defense in this half. Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. Putting the tight end in motion. Looking to throw. He's going to loft this deep down the left sideline. He's got it deep downfield. And it goes the distance. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers go up by 12 in the 4th. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olsen would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football, well, just like their receiver teammates. And they can score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
So Love brings his Packers to the line. They're going for 2.
The Packers will set up for the 2-point conversion.
All right, they're going to throw for it. Oh, and he's got a man open. Complete. Ooh, and he can't shake the defense. They track him down in the backfield, and this two-point attempt fails. Man, just great work by the defense there, Brock. The coverage really forced that throw short of the goal line, and then they got downhill to clean that play up.
I love that word right there. You just nailed it, downhill. You throw it short, you allow those defenders with great speed and tenacity to come downhill on you. No chance for the 2 points.
So they didn't call on him following the touchdown, but they do call on him here as he sends this away. Harvey now to return it. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Denver ready for another offensive possession. And they just saw that lead stretch out to a two-score margin now. Really makes this a must-score series late.
And Kate, you know I believe this. You can never play this game in a state of desperation, but a state of urgency got to be at sky high right now.
Starting out trips right here. 1st and 10. To throw. Here's Nix. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for 2nd down.
At the 17-yard line.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning here in Denver. Broncos need to score quickly. Things already looking a good bit tougher here. It is 2nd and 17 after the sack. Throwing here, Nix. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be brought down at the 28-yard line.
An 11-yard pickup leads to 3rd and 6.
They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. Throwing now. That one finds his man, Ingram. And this one breaks beautifully as they're going to get it forward to their own 45. A pickup of 17. And that's good for a Broncos 1st down.
Every tight end worth his salt wanted this. Really craved man-to-man coverage. The best of them, give me man-to-man coverage, and I'm going to beat you. I was around Dallas Clark and Indy, one of the best. You play man-to-man, he's going to find a way to out-leverage you, separate from you, and make the play just as that tight end did.
And he is finally sent out of bounds, but not until he gets it all the way down to the red zone. It's a huge pickup on the play. And it's going to be 1st down, Denver.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw. When you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
Throw is caught. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
5 still to go here. This is 2nd down. Throwing again. Here's Nix. And he hits the end zone. Touchdown! I hope nobody left early, Brock, because we have still got a game. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Will Lutz now on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Broncos trim the deficit down to 5.
Broncos 7.
As we approach the final half minute of play, their comeback hopes resting on recovering this kick. And this is recovered by the Packers hands team. They're going to win this game. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. The Packers and Jordan Love set to take over again. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember. But as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. Into the victory formation they go, Brock, here on first down. Here's a design run. So it's the visiting Packers who pick up the win. And finally, Brock, they can exhale and take a few breaths. Because I don't imagine any of them were breathing easy during that one with how close this game was.
Them or us? We're both.
All of us. All of the above.
It is so hard, Kate, to match the adrenaline surge they feel right now, and that they felt at every major turn throughout the second half. There's just something about a close game, the intensity that's there in every moment that you love to experience as a player, and that you hope in all these moments you can execute so you're the one celebrating and riding that wave of emotion.
With Brock Ewart and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Packers are your winners, as we'll see you next time from Denver.